Well, the first thing I have to say about the houseboat dormitory is Rudy Bobka fell off the gangplank one night coming home, and we had to fish him out of the Muskingum River, which was not easy.
Now, why? Where
But
was
we
it?
were successful, and Rudy Bobka became a very successful guy.
So, where was it exactly?
It was on the Muskingum River, just prior to its junction with the Ohio River, and it was docked on a concrete sort of pier, but on land. The pier didn't extend into the river. It was a concrete area with steps toward the river, and they moored the boat there.
Yeah.
And so we could walk down the steps and up a gangplank into, and the gangplank was fairly wide, so Rudy Babaga must have had two beers too many
And
to
how
make it onto the boat.
how many people lived on the boat?
Well, I would say there were 20 rooms maybe, so there were 40 students on the boat.
20 rooms.
Oh yeah, it was a double decker. It was built by the Navy during the war, and after the war, the college bought the boat because they were short on dormitory rooms. And the only reason that I got into college is because they had a few extra rooms on the boat. And so when I went to college, I didn't get into any school except Long Island University, which a cretin could get into. They took everybody because they were in downtown Brooklyn. You paid an enormous fee, and you had to take the subway to get from one class to the other. See, you missed half the classes just by not being able to get there. So I decided to go to an out-of-town college because my parents could afford it. And they encouraged me, actually. And so I picked up the phone one day while I was home, and I was with a friend, Ivy Miller, that also wanted to go out of town. And so we hooked up our fingers, closed our eyes, opened up the book of all the colleges. It was Lovejoy's, I think they called it, the book of colleges.
Yeah.
And we hooked our fingers together, opened the book, put it down, and said we were going to call whatever college that we came up with. And we hit Marietta College. And this is after there was 3 days before the semester was starting or something like that, or a week before. And so I called him. And I get the dean of admissions to answer. He answers the phone. I mean, it was an unbelievable situation. So I told him, I said, I'm with my friend here. We'd love to go to Marietta College because we want to go to out-of-town college. And everything we read about the school is just wonderful. We'd love to go, and in walks my mother. And she says, who are you talking to? I said, the dean of admissions from Marietta College. She gets on the phone. These are two wonderful kids. They don't have such great grades, but they're smart. And they will do the job, and they'll be wonderful students. And they'd love to go to your college. She didn't know who she was talking to. So he said to her, he said, look, you get the transcripts from the high school, have them send them to us immediately, and we'll have a meeting. It's an admissions meeting, And a week later, we were admitted to Marietta College. And that's how we got in. You know, Herbie, my friend, couldn't stay because I guess he got a little too rough for the parents to sustain it. But I ended up graduating from there. It was a marvelous place. Had a wonderful time. Had a good education.
So do you want to say anything more about the houseboat?
Well, the houseboat was sensational. The only one that ever fell in the water was Rudy Buck.
Did you live in that houseboat all the years you were at Marietta?
Oh no, just the first semester.
And then you got into a dorm?
No, then I rented a room in town.
Oh.
And in Mrs. Harris's house, she used to take in students.
Yeah.
You know, for, I don't know, $30 a month, $35 a month, some crazy number. And she had about 4 or 5 guys there all the time. No women, you know. That was a real no-no in those days. And it was just a block away from the campus. Beautiful old home. Must have had 15 rooms.
Oh, big.
Big, at 3 stories with a tower on top. It was a beautiful place. And we used to help out every once in a while. She used to come up Sundays with a chicken lunch or something. She roast a few chickens and because she had 3 or 4 students.
Yeah.
And it was just a wonderful place. A couple of daughters there. And her husband, Harris, I think was his name. He was an engineer on the B&O Railroad. And he was moving trains across the country. It was quite a family. Very nice.
All right, anything else you want to say, or should I finish this video?
Well, this is chapter 1.
Okay.